Hello everyone, FPL Willem here. In this video I will show you guys my team selection for Game Week 5. I will first talk about last match day, how I did, how many points I scored, how the mini league is forming. It's a bit of forming a bit more than in the last few game weeks. It's after 4 or 5 game weeks you can see how it is panning out. I will quickly go through some known injury news about some big players, and after it I'll talk about my team selection and my plans beyond, as it's not only Game Week 5, you're planning for Game Week 6, 7 and 8 as well. This video is recorded on the Monday evening, so things can change over the next few hours you are watching this video. And sorry in advance if this video feels a bit more short or lesser thought through. As usually, I am putting as much time as I can. I'm just having a bit of a struggle or a bit of a battle against time at the moment. But yeah, for now, let's just jump in how I did last game week. Now, I've scored at 101 points and I've risen to spot 7,829 in the world with a total points of 366. My team did great with only 2 players not getting returns, and those were Yamal and Hakimi. Otherwise, my team did great, full of returns everywhere. So, Gyökeres scored 3 against City and I got lucky there. I have to admit it, I got lucky there because I wanted to put him out. But I had some injuries with Zakaria and Jimenez, who was suspended, so I had to take them out, and I didn't think it was worth it to take a -4. But yeah, he got 3 goals, he got a hat-trick against Manchester City, which I didn't expect. I expected maybe a goal with 3. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Wish I captained him, but I'll take the 70 points. So yeah, as I said, bit of luck when I was unlucky there. Lewandowski got his 2 goals against Red Star as well. Not really surprising, Red Star and all that great, so happy with that. Yamal blanked for me on the Wednesday, but Foden and Lookman both got me a goal and 8 points in the bag. In the defending department, everyone got me a clean sheet except for Hakimi. Boskagli had 7 ball recoveries, John got me 8, and I was happy with the captaincy option there. I was willing to hold on to him. It got me 16 points. Koundé got me 6 ball recovery as well and 3 assists. I got no idea how he didn't get the man of the match. I don't know who got it. I think it was Inigo Martinez. He only got 1 goal and he got a goal against him. Just not quite sure why he got it, but Koundé got 3 assists there and 6 ball recovery. So the goal against him. Oh, he didn't get a clean sheet. I said on the start everyone got a clean sheet against Hakimi, but Koundé didn't get a clean sheet as well, but he got 3 assists. Hakimi got me at least 10 ball recovery, so he got 4 points, which isn't the worst. And Keem got me a clean sheet and a total of 13 ball recoveries. Now, that's quite insane. 13. He wasn't doing all that well before, but I knew from last season he was doing great with the ball recoveries, and it finally paid off. And the goalkeeper from Atalanta, Kanesici, I'm trying in every video, I have no idea. He got me a clean sheet as well, and he didn't even get 1 save. My benching decisions were good, and I know that Global is back now, so I have 2 goalkeepers for Game Week 5. Happy with the 100 plus points I got, especially because it got me closer to the guys above me. FPL Onions is still leading, but his lead is slowly decreasing with the top 4, the top 5, I think even top 6 is creeping up. He only got 82 points, which is still great, but 3rd and 4th, and I'm in 4th, got 100 plus. So we're creeping up. He still got a 4-point lead on the 2nd player, and Lorenzo and I am still 30 points behind. But it's not done, and I'm expecting Game Week 8 to have some massive, and Game Week 6 to have some massive points differentials. But yeah, for now, let's move on to the injury list. Now for my injury list, I've decided to put in these 5 players. Reasoning behind it is I think these are the 5 most sought after players that are injured at the moment, or injured, or doubtful, whatever, suspended maybe even. Reasoning, as I said, they are most sought after, and I have a list, or I have a source that I use where you can see all the injuries from every team, or suspensions as well, and I put that link in the comment section so you guys can see it. And if you have any players where you think they might be injured, you can see it in that list. But to start off from the left to right, Yamal injured with an ankle injury until early December. He will be out for this match. I expect him to play on the next one. But if you have the option to remove him, I recommend removing him. Vinicius is also a biceps femoris injury, and apparently that is in the leg. He also plays against Liverpool if he would have played. He won't play. I recommend taking him out there as well. He is out for 3 weeks. Apparently biceps femoris is in your leg. I never knew that. I always thought biceps were in your arm, but never studied the human body. So yeah, Guirassy is up next. He was out with an illness in the Bundesliga game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no idea if he is going to play. Illnesses are often, they often only take 1 or 2 days, but sometimes it takes a bit longer, and it is a hit or a miss. I'll try to post about him before the deadline on my Twitter, FBL Willem. He does play on the Wednesday, the late kickoff. So if you have free transfer to remove him, I recommend removing him. Next to him is Molina, out with a hamstring injury. It says doubtful. Often hamstring injuries are not really an injury to take a risk on. The good thing about Molina and Atletico Madrid is that they play on the Tuesday. They play on the early kickoff, so you can see if he plays an hour before the game. And if he doesn't play, you just take him out or don't put him in. And if he does play, you put him in or you keep him in. Depends on how your team looks like. And the last one, Luke de Jong, is basically the same as Guirassy. At the moment, he has a muscle injury. It looks like he will be playing, but he plays on the late kickoff on the Wednesday. Might be a no-go there as well. Just basically the same as Guirassy. I'll try to update you guys, but I don't think I will receive any news before it. But hope I will, and hopefully some good news there. As I said, I will put a link in the comment section where you guys can see all the injuries from other teams and the suspensions there as well. If you're looking for replacements in the defense or midfield or forwards, as you can see with Vinicius, I recommend watching my wildcard video where I go through all my favorite options. And I think there are some great options there, even low budget, and some premium forwards there as well, even in defense. I think Hernandez is a great defense, just to call one out. Watch that video if you need any replacements for your players here. So with the current players I have, my team looks like this. That means I have 11 players out of 15 players that play on the Tuesday. I have a full squad that play on the Tuesday, and I hate it. I have to admit it, I hate it. It's not really a problem, but it's just that if my Tuesday doesn't work out, I have a Wednesday to watch with despair. If you guys have a lot of players on the Wednesday, I'm just gonna hope every game ends up in a 0-0 or you plays at least fail. I do think most of you guys are in the same boat as that I am, basically because the best teams with the best fixtures, with the best players play on the Tuesday, as for an example. There's a lot of good teams like Liverpool or Real Madrid, but they play against each other, so I think you guys will avoid those players, of course. And now the first thing you guys will see in my team is that I have Yamal. Yamal's injured, as I said last slide. This means one transfer goes there. Now for the other transfer, I'll just filter or show a screenshot with a filter on opponents with the players I have and the fixtures they play against. So that means Gyökeres plays against Arsenal, but Gyökeres has scored so many goals that I will just hold on to him. I have to admit, Arsenal has a decent defense, or a great defense at least. They got a clean sheet once again against Nottingham Forest, and they've kept so many clean sheets in the Champions League already. They only got a questionable penalty against Inter that ended in 1-0. So they aren't really doing attacking all too great, Arsenal, but in the defending department they are doing great. So that means there is a chance Gyökeres might blank. If he does blank, at least I have 3 subs to take him out. I don't know how many you guys have, but I have 3 subs. The other players are everywhere great, at least in the midfield. And in the defense, I have Kim, who plays against Paris Saint-Germain at home on Tuesday. If he doesn't work out, I can sub him out. If he gets a goal against him, he got 13 ball recoveries last game, so that's basically 4 points back. So that's basically a clean sheet back if he gets 1 goal against him. PSG aren't doing all too great. I feel like they're a bit of a transitioning season. They aren't doing all too great in the Champions League. They are top of the league in the French league, but they are every year. And it's at home against Paris Saint-Germain. So I think Bayern will dominate. If they get a goal against them, there is a chance. And I think there's quite a big chance they will get a goal against them. But that will just leave me with Hakimi, stranded with Hakimi. I think Hakimi away against Bayern München is a more difficult game for Hakimi than for Kim at home against Paris Saint-Germain. So yeah, that basically leaves me stranded with Hakimi, as I said. Now, if there's out of nowhere an injury I need a fix, it is not the worst to keep Hakimi. But if there is no injury news in my team, I will move him out. That means Yamal and Hakimi will leave my team. Now, I might have made the most boring transfers, or at least the most predictable transfers you could have made. I've put in Rafinha for Yamal, basically because Rafinha is scoring 10 plus points every last 4 games, and I just can't miss out on it anymore. I think he will do great against Brest at home, and he will get some assists and goals there as well. He does play only probably around 70 to 80 minutes, so he will be subbed out around there, but I think he can do some damage in those 70 minutes. And for Hakimi, I've taken out. I've taken out Hakimi for Hernandez. I've talked about these two players, Rafinha and Hernandez, a lot in my previous video. So if you guys are curious, just watch my Limitless early thoughts and my wildcard video for some more information about these two players. Quickly, Hernandez is just really attacking, get some ball recoveries, and his fixture is great. First game against Slovan Bratislava, I expect a clean sheet and some ball recoveries there as well. So if you guys are in the same boat as me, defender and midfielder out, I would recommend Rafinha and Hernandez in. If you don't have the funds, I would recommend to go with Tielemans from PSV. He's becoming the talisman of PSV. He's doing great. He's 0.5 million cheaper than Rafinha. Or you guys could go with Koen from Celtic. 4.5 million, as you guys should be able to afford it. And in the defense, you guys could go with another Celtic or PSV player in Scales or Boscagli, both 4.5 million. Reasoning I'm putting in cheap Celtic or PSV players is basically Barcelona and AC Milan have premium players because they're premium teams with great fixture run. So does Celtic and PSV, but they aren't premium teams with premium players, but they do have a great fixture run. So you could save some money there. But to be honest, I think most of you guys will have the funds to make the move from Yamal, who's only 0.1 cheaper than Rafinha, and Hernandez is as expensive as Hakimi is, and I even save 1.2 million in the bank. So I think you guys could be able to afford it as well. If you guys are really curious about more options, watch my wildcard video with, I think, the best options from Game Week 5 and beyond. Now these are my transfers for Game Week 5. It's really important to know that I will be limitlessing in Game Week 6. That means this team is what it will look like in Game Week 7, and I will show you guys against who they play then. So it's always important to plan out. See you guys in the next slide. Now, as I've said last slide, I will limitless in Matchday 6, so it's incredibly important that you guys know if you're going to limitless in Matchday 6, that the players you bring in Matchday 5 will be back in Matchday 7. So I will take in Rafinha and Hernandez, and Rafinha plays against Benfica in Matchday 7, and Hernandez plays against Girona in Matchday 7. I think those are great fixtures. And to just go by one, I have players from 8 clubs in my team: Dortmund, PSV, Barcelona, Atalanta, Sporting, Manchester City, AC Milan, and Bayern Munich. As you can see on the screen, they all have great fixtures. Maybe Manchester City don't have a great fixture against Paris Saint-Germain, but Paris Saint-Germain aren't all too great. And Matchday 7 is somewhere in like January, early or mid-January, and I think Manchester City have turned it around by then. They aren't in all too great of a form, but I think they will turn it around by then. And with the team they have and the possibilities they can do, it's still a great game up against Paris Saint-Germain. On the left side, you guys can see the teams that play on the Tuesday. On the right side, you guys can see the teams that play on the Wednesday. As I said, only Manchester City has a difficult game with the form they are in at the moment. And now, of course, there are going to be injuries by then. It's just, it will happen. Maybe it won't, but I expect it to happen. But at least my foundation from the current squad, I have a great set for Game Week 7. And if there's going to be injuries, it happens. But at least the other players I have great fixtures. Now, the last thing I just wanted to add, and it might be a bit of a rambling or you guys won't understand it, but I would recommend to read the rulebook a bit. If you guys have, I don't think most of you guys don't have 3 transfers, so you can skip this segment. But if you have 3 free transfers, and the way to get 3 free transfers is to only use 1 transfer in a game week, so you can take the other transfer with you to Game Week 7, or to the next game week, I mean. But if you're going to limitless or wildcard in Matchday, or in the next Matchday, or for me in Matchday 6, if I have 3 free transfers, I just use them now as you can see with the last sentence on your screen. If you use your wildcards or limitless chips, then no free transfers get carried forward. So that means, you would waste 1 free transfer if you have 3 transfers. So use all your transfers if you're gonna limitless in Matchday 6. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. That's basically what I wanted to bring over. I don't think a lot of you guys have 3 free transfers, because most of the times you have some injuries you have to take care of, and you're not going to get 3 free transfers there. Hope you guys understand it. If it's not clear enough, just go through the rules in the fantasy app or on the site. Hope you guys can understand it a bit more clear there, but it's basically the last line. If you use your wildcard or limitless chip, then no free transfers will be carried forward. This was my team selection for Game Week 5. I had to do this in a bit of a hurry, so I hope I still help some of you guys out with some picks, or at least showing my transfers. Wish all of you guys the best of luck in Game Week 5. And if you have any questions about your team, you can reach out to me on Twitter via FBO Willem, or just leave a comment under this video with your team. And if you have some questions, yeah, I will try to answer them. For now, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye bye.